Boom, it's 8:30 Prep. I am Phil McCaffrey. This is a production of 3R Prep, the tutoring company that I started. And this is what we're doing Monday through Thursday night at 8:30 live on YouTube. I'll be solving SAT and ACT problems. Please send me your problems at Phil at 3R Prep. Let me put that on the board. Phil at 3R Prep. And a shout out to Gavin. Oops, probably too far in the corner, who sent me this problem. And this is problem off of, I think this is the December 2019 test. And it says, in the complex numbers where I squared is equal to -1, what complex number x is the solution to the equation x times the quantity 2 plus 3i is equal to 1? And this is a 59 out of 60. It's supposed to be really, really hard. But let me show you real quickly. A plus bi. To make this a real number, you multiply it by a minus bi, which is the difference of the squares. And this comes out to be a squared minus bi squared. B squared, I squared, and I squared is -1. So this comes out to be a squared plus b squared. So what I'm looking for is the opposite of 2 plus 3. And I look in the answer choices, that's going to be a. 2 minus 3i. And let's show how this works out. Let me erase this big thing. And I'm going to plug in the answers. And I'm going to put in 2 over 13 minus 3 over 13i times the quantity 2 plus 3i. And I'm going to FOIL correctly because yesterday I FOILed incorrectly. So I'm going to go first, which is 4 over 13. Outer, which is going to be plus 6i over 13. Inner, minus 6i over 13. Notice they cancel to 0. And then last. There, I did it right, Teo. Oh, say hi to my producers. Damien, say hi, Damien.
Hello.
And Teo Hadfield.
Hello.
All right, and lastly, the last of the FOIL that I did correctly today, which is -3 times 3, which is going to be 9 over 13i squared. I squared is -1. -1 times -9 gives me 4 over 13 plus 9 over 13, which equals 13 over 13. And Gavin, that equals 1. The answer is A. It's a great problem. It's really, really a great complex number 1. It was one of the hardest ones I've ever seen. All right, so what I'm about to show is a bunch of easy probability problems thrown in with one goofy one that I'm going to skip. And then I'll post the PDF online and with these solutions so that you can see it. So this is all probability off of ACT problems that I sort of downloaded off of the intranets. So the interwebs gave me a bunch of old ACT problems. So thanks to everybody who keeps posting old stuff on Reddit. And the first question is, there are 12 buttons, read with your pencil, in a bag. 5 are red, 4 are blue, 3 are white. This is the classic probability problem. What is the probability that a button chosen at random from the bag is not white? So what you have to do is find the probability of white and subtract it from 1. So there are 3 white, so I get 3 out of 12, and I want to subtract that. So 12 out of 12 minus 3 out of 12 gives me 9 out of 12. And is that one of the answer choices? Well, I have to reduce. This is 3/4. And the answer is E. And today I actually have the answers in front of me, which is why I'm skipping one, because I disagree with my own answer choices, my own answer key. Problem number 2. I like this problem. I just did this with a student that I was tutoring. Aaron has 6 slips of paper, numbered 1 through 6. Eric renumbers them once by adding 3 to each odd and subtracting 1 from each even. I love this kind of problem because it's an integer problem with evens and odd. When the two are renumbered, when two renumbered slips of paper are chosen at random, what is the highest sum possible? So it's at random, so it's a probability. So let's go 6, 5, 4, and 3. And 3 is added to each odd number. So 5 plus 3 is 8, and 3 plus 3 is 6. And 1 is subtracted from each even number. So the two highest numbers are 6 and 8, which when added together give me H, 14. That's a really, really good standardized test prep problem because notice right above it is 13, and that's the two highest numbers, 5 and 8, added together. 6 and 5, which people will naturally assume are the two highest numbers. But 3 plus 3, 6, is greater than 5. Even I did this wrong when I was practicing. All right, question number 3. Malcolm has 3 striped ties and 4 solid colored ties hanging together in his closet. In his haste to get to his appointment, he randomly grabs one of the 7 ties. I love this one. Randomly grabs in the dark a sweater. This problem has been on the SAT and the ACT since time immemorial, as somebody grabs something at random. 1 out of 7. What is the probability that the tie is striped? There are 7 ties. There are 3 that are striped. It is 3 out of 7, or J. And let's roll on to the next problem. Anybody online? Hey, your mom's online too. Hi, Athena. How you doing? Gavin, did I answer your question correctly? Are you online for it? Oh, you might watch the recording. All right, Mrs. Juarez announced the grade distribution for the last book report. Out of the 24 students in the class, there are 24. 8 earned A's, 10 earned B's, and 6 earned C's. When a student is picked at random to be the first to present his or her report to the class, what is the probability that the student picked earned an A? That's 8 out of 24, or 1 out of 3. Is that an answer choice G? And number 4 is G. Correct. Oh, mundo. Oops, what did I do? I messed up my computer screen. Here is some nice math notation. It's a number 30, so it's a medium level difficulty. And it says the probability that a specific event E happens is denoted by, geez, I can't even speak. There it is. Denoted by P of E. The probability that this event does not happen is denoted by P of not E. Which of the following statements is always true? This is a really easy one to cover up the answers and think of what are they doing with something happening and something not happening. And the probability of one single event happening and its opposite not happening is 100%. P plus not P is 1. That's 100%. The answer choice is K. All right, we've got a bunch to go through. The probability that an event happens is 2 out of 9. What is the probability that it won't happen? 7 out of 9. We just did that on the last problem. They have to add up to 1. So 2 out of 9 plus 7 out of 9 must equal 1. 9 out of 9. We're cooking with gas now. That's an old commercial. Do you remember that commercial? Are you old enough to remember we're cooking with gas now?
I know the phrase, but not the commercial.
It was Columbia Gas, I think. Shanika has a bag containing 50 pieces of candy. This is the ties, the sweaters, the candy, the marbles. It's always something. So there's 50 pieces of candies. 6, 12, 10, 22. If she randomly takes a piece of candy, everything is always random in this universe. From the bag, what is the probability that she takes a strawberry or a lime? And in probability, or means add the two together. So 6 strawberries and 10 limes equal 16 out of 50, which reduces to 8 out of 25. Did it have 16 out of 15?
Yeah, you don't even
It does have not. See, this is really weird that the ACT doesn't reduce. There's no math teacher in the world that would accept 16 out of 50. It's 8 out of 25. They do things crazy. You didn't even have to reduce it. All right, number 8, I am deleting from this worksheet because it's not a probability problem, and I disagree with my answer key. All right, question number 9. Of 51, let's see what it asks. Each of 6 historical events occurred in a different year. You are asked to arrange the 6 events in ascending order by the years they occurred. I like that word, ascending order. That's good. You know the earliest and the latest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know the earliest and you know the latest. You randomly order the other events. What is the probability that you order the 6 events correctly? This is actually a factorial problem disguised as a probability problem, because when you have 4 things, the first choice is 4, but once you pick one of them, you have 3 left, and once you pick that one, you have 2 left, then 1 left. This is 4 factorial, which is equal to 4 times 3, 12, times 2, 24, and times 1, 24. So the chances are 1 out of 24, which is answer choice C. There are 24 different ways to order 4 things. Number 10, we've got 15 problems. Well, no, 14 because I skipped one. And I did one, so that's 15. So what's the probability that Phil gets this correct?
Slow.
What is the This is, it's low. Gavin is on. Yes, yeah. Thanks, Gavin. Shout out to Gavin. Yeah, that's good. The mic is there. Shout out to Gavin. Shout out, Gavin. Way to go, Gavin. Keep sending me problems. I'm going to give you my test bank, Gavin. Do you know how to go and get the old tests? I actually have a huge portfolio of tests. If you go on Reddit and type in TIRACT, that's test information release, there are at least 70 tests out there going back to the 90s. And probability problems don't change. These are ones that you should be able to do and do very quickly, like this one. Which of the following is not a possible value for a probability? Well, probabilities are at a maximum 100%. So something 34 out of 31 is more than 100%. It is an improper fraction, and it is not a possible value of a probability. What is the probability of randomly choosing a prime number from the set 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? I love this problem because 2 is the first prime number, and students often miss that. 4 and 6 are complex numbers because 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. So we have 3 prime numbers out of 5. The answer is J. Love that question. Number 12. I'm reading some of these for the first time. I had an intern put this together for me a couple of years ago, and I've never read these questions. Pierre is sewing a clown outfit for a customer. Pierre sews clown outfits, isn't that? Where do they come up with these type of things? I mean, does somebody sit around in a room and it's like Pierre sews clown costumes?
This must have been before clowns were officially designated as creepy.
Clowns are very creepy, and Pierre is even creepier. He needs a button. In his button bag, he has 8 yellow, 4 orange, and 6 red buttons. This is a classic. All the same size. He will take one of the buttons out at random. What is the probability that it is orange? And so what it's going to make you do is add. So orange is 4, and it's going to be 4 over 4 plus 6 plus 8, which is 18. 4 out of 18. Did they reduce it? Look, Teo, they did reduce this one to 2 out of 9. So they didn't put 4 out of 18. Is 2 out of 9 an answer choice? It certainly is. Let me check to make sure my answer key is correct, because I would rather do the problems than rely on my answer key. The 16-member drama club needs to choose a student government representative. They decide that the representative who will be chosen at random cannot be one of the 3 officers of the club. What is the probability that Adrian, who is a member of the club but not an officer will be chosen. Adrian is one person. There are 16 members of the drama club, and 16 minus the 3 officers is 13, and choosing Adrian is 1 out of 13. That's answer choice C. 13 is C. This is a number 7. It's supposed to be this easy, and you should be able to do these with super speed. 2 more left, and we're 15 minutes into this presentation. A deck of cards for these are really ugly. I'm sorry. They're really old stuff I downloaded off the internet. A deck of cards of a children's game contain 10 red, 10 blue, and 10 yellow. The player takes turns each drawing a card at random from the deck and placing the card on the table. When it is the 4th player's turn, there are 3 yellow cards on the table. What is the probability that the 4th person will draw a yellow card? No, this one's actually kind of hard. Let's check it out. So there are 10 red, 10 blue, 10 yellow. And when it's drawing a deck of cards, when it is the 4th player's turn. So there is 30 cards. The players take turns, each drawing a card at random from the deck and placing the card on the table. When it is the 4th player's turn, there are 3 yellow cards on the table. So 3 yellow cards are already taken, so there are 7 left. And there were 30 total, minus 3 is 27, so it's going to be 7 out of 27. 27 cards remain, 7 of them are yellow. 7 out of 27 is B. 14 is A. 7 out of 30? Just drawing a card at random. Nope, that can't be right. My answer key is wrong. There are only 27 cards. What is the probability that the 4th person will draw a card? This would only be correct 7 out of 30 if it was with replacement. I'll have to check that one out. I'll get back to you and put it in the comments. Lastly, for the last problem of the day, the 13-member math club needs to choose a student government representative. They love to choose student government representatives. They decide that the representative who will not be chosen cannot be one of the 3 officers. Wait a second. This is fantastic. This is the exact same thing. So the ACT takes problems and has the exact same structure and the same wording and just replaces it. Who is a member and not an officer will be chosen. Let's go back to the last one. So this is 13 members and there's 3 officers. Was the last one 16 members? Let's see. Yeah, it was 16 members. Yeah, so this is just replacing different numbers. So there is going to be 1 out of 13 minus 3, which is 1 out of 10, C. And there we have it, answer choice C. Not so sure about 14. We're going to check that one out. But thanks for joining me tonight. I'll post this in the comments as a PDF and with the solutions, and I'll check out number 14 and delete number 8 because it's not probability. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow night on 8:30 Prep.